you just abandon any precaution. You know, folks, something could happen here, and if it does, so what?
Hey friends, welcome to Nathan for Us, a Nathan Fielder fan podcast. My name is Kelly.
And hi, I'm Megan.
And today we have a very special guest joining us to chat all about her experience on Wings of Voice. We have the winner of Wings of Voice, Isabella Henao. Isabella, how are you doing today?
Good. Vibing and a little hungry, and I need to close my door because my family just came home.
I love that. That is like a hard explanation of what are you doing right now, and it's like I'm talking to people in Canada about Nathan Fielder.
Yeah, well, my family is very Latino, so like since they just got home, they're gonna come up, and if I have my door open, they're gonna be just like, "What are you doing?"
They can come say hi, you know. We can chat with them too. We're pretty chill.
No worries.
We've had Kelly's mom call into the podcast multiple times. We're trying to find her a man.
It's true, yeah. That is like a big goal that we keep mentioning. Yeah, no one has reached out.
One day
for Sherry. Okay, Isabella, tell us a little bit about yourself. We want to kind of just get into your background and kind of how you got into singing and musical theater.
Yeah, so like I grew up singing all the time. Like it's just been something that's so big in my family, especially since like my mom grew up doing choir and she was a singer, and like she lived in Colombia. So when she came down here, the only thing that she brought with her was just like her music and her musical ability. And then she found my dad, they got married, and that was like just something that's been a foundation of my life, is just music. One thing I found out recently actually was when I was younger, my mom used to take a bunch of voice lessons when I was really little. And of course, like when I was a baby, she would sing to me and I'd try to like babble the notes and stuff and sing back to her. Couldn't obviously say anything, but then when I was a toddler, she started taking voice lessons because she told me recently that she had like postpartum depression pretty bad because she had me and my sister back to back. So one of the ways to like keep her grounded and stuff was voice lessons. And she had a friend who would come over and do voice lessons, and he would do the scales, and every time he'd come over, I'd come running downstairs and start singing the scales and like doing it with her. So that's like one of like the earliest memories like my mom told me of like singing and really trying. And then just from there, like it just became a part of my life. I started doing choir, 4th grade, always singing in church choirs and stuff. And then in middle school was when I really started taking it serious because jazz choirs is like huge in my high school where I grew up in. And in 8th grade, I started taking voice lessons, and I haven't stopped since. I've taken voice lessons for 10 years now straight.
Wow.
And the musical theater came up really 2-3 years ago-ish. I've always loved musical theater. I've always loved it because my family, it's just like, it's so funny. My family loves musicals, and my dad's the biggest nerd for musical theater. You would never think that. But I just remember my first experience, I think I was like 12. My parents went and took us like in nosebleeds to see Wicked, and I was obsessed. And it was my mom's favorite musical. It is my mom's favorite musical. So she was like, "We have to go see Wicked. It's life-changing." And that's when like my love for musical theater really started. And of course, in middle school, Hamilton came out. That was the craze. Hamilton, and then I got really into Heathers. Can't remember.
Underrated.
Yeah, I love Heathers. It's such a good one. There's just so many musicals I started really getting into. But I never did theater. Like my theater teacher at the time was really creepy, and it was like, I just can't do that. It's just not for me. So I quit. And then in college, I got invited to go sing in New York, and I sang in Carnegie Hall. And a producer for Broadway there scouted me and was like, wow, you need to start your social media. You need to start like posting videos, building up your fan base because you're going to be on Broadway. And I was like, nah, because at the time I was doing business. I did business for 2 years. I was just wanted to be self-made. So I was like, nah, I'm not going to do musical theater. That's just a passion of mine. And I'm never going to get anywhere with that, because they always say, like, it's so hard to get into it. So I'm like, I'm never going to be famous. Like, that's just like an unrealistic dream. I need to be like realistic with myself. And then the next year I went to London and I went to sing in a theater cafe, and I did a little like tour of the West End theaters and stuff. And one of our tour guides that was training happened to be an actress on Broadway at the time. And she told me the same thing. She was like, here's the name of like my casting agency and like this casting agency. And I had sang 6, and she actually was in the cast for 6. She's like, you need to contact them right now. Like, this is what you need to do. And finally I was like, okay, I'm going to start studying musical theater. This just kind of seems all like too crazy, because most people this like doesn't happen. They like just work hard and they just wait for their big break. And, every point of my life I was like, I'm not singing. I'm good at it. Like I like it, but I'm not going to succeed in it. And really that trip to London was the point where I was like, okay, if this just like keeps happening, which it had been, it was the second time it happened, I really need to give it a shot. And so I auditioned for my program at UVU. And they were like, we're only letting 5 people in, and you're competing with like over 100 other students. And everybody else has background in theater. I didn't study theater. I never did it in high school. And so they were just like, just good luck. Just audition and see what happens. And I ended up getting in. So then that's when I was like, okay, I need to really focus on this. And so, yeah, I've been doing musical theater for a year. Yeah, I did it for 2 years actually before like I auditioned for Wings of Voice and everything. And so that's kind of like, yeah, my background in music and like where musical theater, like that part started of my life.
That's amazing. It's like the universe just like forced your hand and was like, no, you're going to go do this.
Yeah, it really did.
Very cool. Yeah, I watched, I don't know if it was like one of your finals or something that you had posted maybe on TikTok. And yeah, you are so electric when you're performing. Like anyone who hasn't checked out your socials definitely need to go look you up because I mean, obviously what we saw on the show, you have an incredible voice, great stage presence, but like you have so much more, when you get to sing the things that you want to sing, I'm sure it probably helps.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing with like my finals was I did have a lot of practice and training, and I also did put a lot of work in to bring me to life, but yeah, it wasn't like my genre, and I did lose my voice on set, which was horrible. Horrible timing, but I still am really proud of the result that I put out, so really proud of it.
Oh, absolutely, as you should be. I think overwhelmingly, the response online has been everybody loved it. And the Jimmy Kimmel performance as well was also really incredible. But you've also auditioned for some other singing competitions. I believe you auditioned for America's Got Talent and American Idol. What songs did you audition on those shows with?
America's Got Talent, I sang, I was so young. I think I sang the Cup song actually from Pitch Perfect.
Oh,
I'm a big acapella person. Ironically, I was more known in the acapella scene before this happened.
Wow!
Actually, when we saw the different genres on the scene in episode 2 for the rehearsal, Kelly and I chatted about what would another group that would be a great addition be, and we had decided acapella would have been a really good one.
Yeah. So I've loved acapella forever. So yeah, my university, Bloom Acapella, is our acapella group, and we actually ended up winning the competition, the ICCAs. We were the youngest winning group to ever compete. So, but yeah, then I was the choreographer that year, and like people really know me because I went and I did the splits, and so people were like, the splits girl. So that's what people mostly like knew me for. Yeah, it was acapella, but I forgot what the question was. Can you?
No, that's okay. No, so for America's Got Talent, I think you auditioned with the Cup song. Did you bring a cup?
No, I didn't, because I changed my song last minute. I
Mhm.
don't remember what happened, but like I was originally gonna do Carry On My Wayward Son, because I've
Ooh.
always loved classic rock. So I was gonna do that, and then I'm like, my mom was like, you know what? I think you should do something that you really love. And Pitch Perfect had like just come out, I think, and said I was like, oh, I'm gonna do the Cup song. Didn't bring a cup, but I sang the Cup song, and then that was that. For American Idol, they did like an open call during COVID, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna audition just for the hell of it. And that one I sang a jazz version of Black and Gold by
Oh.
Sparrow, I think it's Sam Sparrow. And so I did Brenna Whitaker's version, which was like a jazz arrangement of it, and that's what I auditioned with for American Idol.
Very cool. Were you like a big fan of these like competition shows before you auditioned, or were you like someone who watched them?
I like I wasn't like a huge fan. I mean, I used to watch America's Got Talent a lot when I was younger, and then when The Voice came out, I watched The Voice a lot. American Idol, I liked watching the memes.
Yeah.
Like the one lady who sings Titanic and she's like so happy and
Oh my God.
smiling, like things like that, because you know, in high school and middle school, the way that they teach you like stage presence is showing you what not to do. They're like, what is Titanic about? Like, what is the song about? You know, okay, and like, is this performance correlate? Does this correlate? So I used to just watch kind of like the memes of American Idol. So I wasn't a super big fan, but of course, whenever there was like somebody that was going viral and stuff, so like that one girl who played the ukulele, I can't remember her name. I think her name was Grace. Oh, Grace Vanderpool. I watched her a lot. Also, like the singer that was blind, and she like and deaf. I think I can't remember. Yeah, she was blind and deaf. She would play with like she would listen to the feel the vibrations. My bad. So things like that I used to watch. I really liked watching the interesting acts. So I actually hadn't watched much of America's Got Talent until recently with that one person who was in the audience. It was like, can I sing for you? But yeah, I wasn't really super into it. Just clips here and there.
Yeah,
Very
how was the
cool.
audition process? Were you put into a room with a single person judging you first as well?
So America's Got Talent was very similar to like, I would say, Wings of Voice, which was like a cattle call audition. We just all were like in a big line. Then we got in the building and it was just a big warehouse and you sat down and then you waited for your number to be called. And then we got taken in groups of 10 and I was like one of the very last groups of the day. Got taken in 10. Everybody did their act in front of a producer and then the producer was like, okay, thank you, you're good. Bye. We'll let you know. Which is code for you didn't make it, you know. Yeah. Just like the best way possible. American Idol, we were put in like a big room because it was on Zoom. And then I got brought into a room with a producer, sang for her, and then she's like, okay, yeah, like, good job, we'll let you know. And then that was that. So, two like very different auditions, but that's how those really went.
Yeah, how do you like mentally prepare for those? I feel like I would crumble under the pressure immediately.
Yeah.
Or do you just get used to it?
You definitely get used to it. It's always scary. For me, it's scarier performing for one person or a small group than a crowd. You learn a bunch of like coping ways, and since I did it a lot through high school, I kind of found just the way to like navigate and breathe through it. The worst part is before you even go in. I feel like that's when I'm like most nervous and I'm most scared. And then even in the room until I start singing. Since singing is so therapeutic for me and it's just such an escape. When I start singing, I'm like, okay, like we got it. I get locked in and it's just like I'm in the zone, you know, and then until after, and then I'm like, okay, how was it? Like, was it fine? So I do, for me personally, like I do a lot of breathing exercises, grounding exercises, like the box breathing. So that is one thing that's really big. Meditation beforehand. I'll do a lot of things where I'm like feeling every part of my body, like with my toes, like fingers. And then sometimes if I'm like really stressed out, I'll do like the grounding methods for like people having panic attacks, which is like 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel. So things like that. Just a lot of grounding techniques, because it's so easy to get worked up, and then let it influence your performance, but also learning a way to help like safely manage through it, and then also to use that nervous energy into your performance. One of my teachers said, anxiety just means that you care. And he was like, if you know that you put in the work, you rehearsed, you practiced, then why are you scared? And so every time I get nervous, I think of that. I'm like, okay, I put in the work, I practiced, I know that muscle memory is going to take over, and I'm going to deliver. And that has really helped me a lot. I think really that just being like, I put in so much work, I have no reason to get nervous.
So how did your audition go for Wings of Voice? Was it very different from the other singing competitions, or did it seem very similar?
It was similar to America's Got Talent, I would say. I can't talk about anything that happened in the room, but I'm trying to think of like what I can say. So like compared to other people, my audition in Wings of Voice was very different, and I later found out it wasn't supposed to be. So like just something like got lost in communication. So and then I found out later that it wasn't supposed to be like that. Just the chaos of the day just kind of got everything messed up. So my experience was totally different to...
So the pilot was not a great communicator that day.
Yeah, it was like a shaky landing, it sounds like.
It was a very shaky landing. It was definitely very interesting, but it was fun. I mean...
Were you able to rank your pilot? Did you get to put something in the box? Or you can't
did.
answer? I was like, can you not answer me?
The story behind why I got to rank my pilot was really interesting. I do not know if I can tell that story.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Unfortunately.
We don't want you to get in trouble, but that is really funny that you got to rank them at least.
Yeah, it's so interesting why, but I probably should ask somebody if I can't answer that.
If you can, call us back.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely like call you.
You can post a TikTok about it.
Oh yeah, because
I guess.
Unfortunately, I'm really scared of HBO suing me.
No worries at all. We do not want anyone to get in trouble here.
Yeah.
Just saying, if any one of our listeners is the rat who keeps ratting us out to HBO,
yeah, don't be a rat.
Stop.
Get out of here.
Or at least send us some merch. Yeah. Like, the least you could do is send us some merch.
Yeah. So we got to see the group segments and competitions. Were there any other fun rounds or unique competition aspects we didn't get to see?
Yeah, so the Grammy award-winning producer round did happen. That was
wow.
And I can talk about that because that was what was on the listing. Like, if you get put through, you get to work with a Grammy-winning producer. So that did happen. I know people were saying that didn't happen, but it did. That part wasn't shown. I don't know what it was really for, but it was the winning the prize for making it through. So that happened. And then after that was when we actually got into the production and the television stuff, and that's what I can't really talk about.
That's totally fine. What was your reaction to the premise of Wings of Voice and the airport set?
Yeah. So in the first, the cattle call audition, when they gave us the bibs, my mom and I were because my mom went in, even though I'm an adult and I don't need my mom, I just I do everything with my mom. When they gave us the bib, my mom and I were this is so interesting, because we were it looks like the logo for American Idol. We're is this American Idol? And then Wings of Voice, what? We were so confused, but we were just okay, well, there's something up with this. And then because of something that happened that first day of the cattle call audition was when I realized, I was okay, this is for the rehearsal. And that was when I had to be okay, am I okay with potentially being made fun of, this being a prank? And I'm like, well, again, like I say, I didn't think I was gonna blow up or anything or like win. So I'm like, yeah, whatever, why not? Like, this is gonna be so much fun to like tell people, like, yeah, I was on the rehearsal, I got tricked or whatever, even though I knew what it was. So I didn't get to see the set for like for a while until, you know, pretty much until we filmed. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. Cool. I'm in an airport.
You're like,
this is sick. I didn't really have much more thoughts about it. I was like, yeah, this is cool. And then I remember asking somebody working on it, I'm like, what airport is this? And they're like, oh, it's Houston. I think you said Houston. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, that's sick. And they said, yeah, it's a 1-to-1 scale. Like they scanned it, and this is an exact replica. And I'm like, oh, that's sick. That's really cool. And that was like my thoughts about it. I was honestly really tired throughout the whole process. So everything that was happening, I was just like, okay, all right.
Did you get to like hear other people auditioning, or like, I guess obviously the other people that we saw who auditioned on the show, they were all really talented, like just as you are.
Yeah.
So did that kind of help to quell your fears that like, okay, I'm not getting made fun of here, like everyone here is actually really good?
Oh, excuse me. Yes, actually. Oh my goodness. I made so many friends on set. Like, I'm telling you, if anybody that was on the show with me, like, is watching this, reach out to me in my DMs. Like, please, I'm actually trying to put together a group chat of everyone. But that was the most interesting thing to me, because for, you know, America's Got Talent, they're always looking for a joke act. I was worried that this was going to be like, if you've ever heard of Superstar USA.
Oh yeah.
That was my biggest fear. And so, you know, and growing up, I was always like, what if I'm like actually really bad and people are just lying to me?
Oh no.
So when people, like, of course, we're all singers, people brought in their guitars, everybody was like singing. There was just music all around us, which I thought was such a beautiful thing. You know, as just a person, that music is everything to me. It was just wonderful hearing everyone, and, you know, like meeting these people that were on Broadway, on The Voice, American Idol, people that do this professionally, and just hearing everyone, I was like, wow, okay, like this is real. But what made it different was that, you know, there's people there with disabilities, so many people of color, people with like no money, people that were rich, people that, like, you know, I hate to say this, but like ugly, like made looking average. But the one thing we all had in common was that we were really good singers, which most shows like that really lack. I feel like it's super superficial. They just want a sob story, like a pretty face. But this really wasn't, like, and that just really meant so much, like, not only to me, but to so many people. Like my friend Ari, American Idol told her to her face that you would do better in a dark club singing. They told her to her face that she was like too ugly for TV. So that definitely really like calmed me down, that okay, like this is being taken seriously, because they did not like make us a joke. It never felt like a joke. Everything was handled so professionally, and like we were all really well taken care of. Everybody was made to look good. Like they gave us all looks. Like every single person there had their own look, and that was like personally catered to them. We all had outfits tailored to us, and everybody was a good singer. So
did you get to pick your outfits?
No. I didn't pick. We didn't get a pick.
But you still really loved all your outfits?
I really liked some of the other groups' outfits. Like there was a bunch of other genres that were there, but they didn't get featured. Like there was one that was like bubblegum pop. I loved their outfits. It was like so cute. Then we had like the grunge goth, and like I'm a grunge girly. I love grunge. And I was like, oh, I love those outfits. And then of course I got jazz. I was in jazz, ironically. So it was very familiar to wearing a suit. Actually, I was in a barbershop quartet, and we were called Well Suited. So we wore
Oh my God.
suits and ties. But no fedora, but the fedora cracked me up. I was like, because I'm also a huge gamer and a huge nerd. So I'm like, oh, the Redditors are gonna love this.
Milady.
4chan is gonna love this. And I'm like, yeah, milady. And I had mine tipped because they purposely styled it tipped.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You guys are not helping me right now. I'm not
Oh my gosh.
neckbeard allegations.
Did you get to pick to be in the jazz group, or did they assign everyone their groups?
It was assigned. I think they based it off of just like people's vibes and stuff. And potentially maybe the Grammy producer round, because I know some of my friends talked about this online, that like their producer asked like, oh, like, do you rap or do you sing hip hop? And then they got assigned to those groups. For me, that didn't happen. So I was just like, they just assigned me to it. Nobody in my group actually had jazz experience except me.
Wow.
So it was just like very random, but it was a lot of fun. Funny enough, because I sang in a jazz choir, I sing in an a cappella choir, which is like pretty much very jazz. So we went into it like we didn't really know what to do, and then I was like, it's okay, guys, like I did this, so we got this. And it was fun because they actually let us arrange our part, because we did the harmonies. So we arranged it, and then I kind of did the tailoring, so like the blending and so getting so technical, like in the found part. So like now I'm found. We did something that the syncopation that's very jazz like, which is the now I'm found. So things like that we got to do. They pretty much let us just. They wanted us to make sure we were happy with it and that it sounded good, which I really appreciated. So
I think that's really important. And I think a lot of people, when they haven't had much exposure to Nathan Fielder, like even we saw when he was talking to some of the officials, they kind of labeled him as a prankster or someone who might make fun of people. But I think what we consistently see is that he's mainly making fun of himself.
Yeah.
And he always punches up. And so anyone who maybe doesn't come across as quite flattering on the show, a lot of it seems to be just based on what they themselves have said, a little bit unprompted. Like perhaps if you are banned from every dating app and you don't know why.
Jeff.
But
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. So I think that what we've heard from a lot of singers posting is that people were really taken care of, and especially reading everything you've put online, it's made me feel really good about watching it, knowing that you felt respected and that everything seemed to go really professionally. That definitely makes everyone as a viewer feel really good about it.
Yeah, I know people were super scared about it. They were like, oh, they were made fun of. And I know some singers really didn't appreciate that. Of course, like not everyone's gonna be super happy about it. But I think the production did the best they could with, they couldn't tell us anything. We didn't know. But I think like when stuff like that happens, if you look at it in a bad way, then you're gonna get like a bad reaction. And I just kind of went into it, okay, no matter what happens, if this is a prank, like cool, that's hilarious. If this is legit, cool, like that's gonna be a lot of fun, but I don't want to have like a sour mood about it. But I was lucky because I figured it out really early. But for like a lot of other people, I know they were frustrated, but then afterwards they were just like, you know what? No, like this was a really good experience. Like they took care of us. Yeah, it was under false pretenses, but it was a real singing competition. It was legitimate under false pretenses.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. HBO, forget what I said earlier and release like the full cut of Wings of Voice, because I want to see this extra round. I want to see these other groups.
They really should release it.
I think that there's probably a lot of footage somewhere, but again, I don't know. I think it would be super cool if they did release like a full Wings of Voice, but also it's kind of fun. Like I'm kind of selfish in that I don't want them to have a second season because then I'm the only Wings of Voice.
I would be very surprised if they did it again. So I think you're safe. And if anything, you're the OG. You would come back as like a mentor. It
would be so sick. But yeah, I think, and I'm really curious to see that footage because they got I know that they were filming a lot of stuff. Just really interesting. And I wish that they did, because my story was so interesting of like what had happened, and I want to talk about it so bad.
Release the footage.
Release the tapes.
Release
or just send them to us.
The Snyder cut.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So what did you think of the prize? And when did you know what the prize was?
The prize was the Grammy producers. I had no idea what the prize was, actually. I had no clue. Like I said, I went into it so just like, whatever happens, like, I'm just here for fun. Which ironically, I feel like some people really were upset by, because I know some people, I mean, I'm not saying that I didn't sacrifice anything, but some people were just like, you didn't take this seriously, and you know how many people wish that they had this opportunity. But I was just there to sing. I love to sing for people. So, yeah, like, then when I got to, like, the part where I sang the finale song, I still didn't even know, like, that was the prize, you know? I didn't realize, especially that last day of filming, I was exhausted. I have photos of me, like, sleeping on set. Like, I was sleeping everywhere, because I was so tired from all the traveling that I was doing. Because it's 10 hours back and forth, and I was doing it, like, a day before. You know, so I was really tired. So it like didn't even click. It didn't click for the longest time. And then I was like, oh, that was like the grand prize was that. So,
what was your reaction when you found out you were going to be singing the Evanescence song? Had you like been a fan of it before? Were you super familiar?
Yeah, I can't talk about, like, some part of your question, but I was very familiar with it. In, like, 2012-ish, 11-ish, my family, we're gamers, so we have, like, the Wii and stuff, and my parents had a family friend that lended us a Wii drum kit. We had Rock Band on our Wii. So my sister had the guitar, I had the drum kit, and every day, like, nonstop, I was doing just Bring Me to Life on Rock Band, on the drum set. They'd be like, do you want to do the guitar? No, I'm just doing the drum set. So I would play, like, all the time, and I ended up memorizing it. When I was asked to, like, learn it, I was just like, I have it memorized.
Oh my god, that's so perfect.
You should post yourself drumming to Wake Me Up. You should go on Twitch. And actually, for a summer of university, all I did was play the Beatles Rock Band. And I also would just play drums. And I have no musical talent, but if anyone ever asks, I'm like, Rock Band drums, maybe, is the only thing I maybe have going for me.
Yeah, no, I gotta find it. I need to see, because I actually looked into it, because I have a Wii in Utah. I bought one, but someone, I'm not gonna say who, I know who it is, broke it. So I have to get it fixed before I can get, like, the Rock Band and the drum kit. But my family was so sick of it. They were so sick of Bring Me to Life, because I'd just be in there just like, wake me up, wake! Just, like, playing the drums.
We need someone to send it to you. This should be a partnership. We need to have this happen.
Yeah,
we're putting it into the universe. Someone send Isabella a Rock Band.
In the Wii drum kit. I will get on that. The funny thing is, I used to be a Twitch streamer.
So bring it back. Actually,
it wouldn't be that hard.
We just talked about doing it, and we just want to play Dream Daddy on Twitch.
Yeah, that's our goal.
I was a COD streamer.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, I did COD.
Actually, I have this question later on because I saw you were a gamer, but I'll just ask it now. Do you have a favorite game soundtrack?
Okay, I really like Baldur's Gate 3. I love Baldur's Gate 3. I just think they put so much love into that soundtrack. If we're going based on, like, nostalgia, I love Club Penguin. If you look at, like, my TikTok and Instagram, if I'm doing, like, talking stuff, I always have the Pizza Parlor theme. And ironically, my Twitch, when I was streaming, all of, like, my backgrounds, it was all Club Penguin themes. So it was like And then I would play music from Club Penguin. So Club Penguin is very nostalgic for me. But I would say, like, I really love Baldur's Gate. I think their music is incredible and beautiful, honestly. But I think if we're talking, I really like more of the like movie soundtracks and stuff. I think some of it gets so overlooked.
Oh yeah.
Do you have a favorite movie soundtrack?
I love John Williams. He's a goat.
Yeah.
He's the goat. My favorite movie soundtrack is Wall-E. I think
Oh my god.
Wall-E is beautiful. I think the story behind how they wrote it is beautiful. The instrumentals and everything, because Wall-E, since the main characters don't speak, they tell the story in music, which people don't realize. If you just had Wall-E with no music, you're like, cool, the robots are looking at each other, you know? But I mean, also they're really expressive, but I think the music does such a beautiful part. Like, Define Dancing, that scene, I like bawl because I just think it's so beautiful musically. For a movie.
I think anyone needs to go and do a Wall-E rewatch with this in mind. I know I definitely will.
Oh my god.
It's just such a beautiful movie and I love it. Also Ratatouille. I love Ratatouille so much.
Ratatouille, I think, is maybe my favorite movie.
That is
like, it's so good. I like, Kelly and I both love cooking and cooking competitions and stuff, and it's just so cute.
Yeah.
It's like so sweet and fun.
Definitely.
So on this show, you were only allowed to sing non-copyright music, though, I believe, right? So do you have a favorite non-copyright song?
House of the Rising Sun.
That is so wild that's one of the options. I'm like, that is by far the best one.
Everybody was doing it. Everybody did it, pretty much. And I knew that going into it, because from the list of the songs, I was just like, okay, everyone's going to be doing House of the Rising Sun. So when I went into it, I like arranged my own version. Because you have to do something different. Otherwise, you're just another person doing the same cover of, I think, The Animals is who did it. But yeah, everybody you hear, everybody was like in the background, like, there is. Yeah.
Oh man. I've been singing a lot of Old MacDonald at my house. If you want to give me any suggestions for how to arrange it better.
One. Oh, Susanna
my son is obsessed.
Yeah, I'd never heard of Oh Susanna. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, I feel like that's also like a kid song.
Yeah, it was very. I didn't click until I watched the show, and I was like, oh, because they told us it was classics. And I'm like, I don't really know if this is defined as classics. I mean, House of the Rising Sun, yes, because when I think classics, I think classic rock. I'm like, I don't know. It's like, this is like American folk classics, I guess, but not necessarily classics.
Yeah, I think we all had a great reaction watching it when they had that line that it was all non-copywritten music. But so you also were able to go on Jimmy Kimmel to perform.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that experience, or even like just your reaction to finding out that you were going to get to sing on Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah, I was honestly so ecstatic when I found out that like they booked me for it. Because it actually happened pretty last minute and it worked out perfect because I happened to be in California. So I was like so excited. I went thrifting for a dress, and I posted that.
I have questions about it.
Yeah, for sure. So I was like, yeah, I got really excited. I told my family, we were all really excited. And so I just like did my best to get ready for it. And then it was an amazing process because they kind of handled it for me. Being, you know, a college singer, I like all the gigs and stuff that I do, I'm the one that is scheduling. I'm the one that plans when I need to be there and all that stuff. But they really just like took care of me. And I remember on set, not on set, but like backstage, I was getting like my makeup ready and my hair ready. And I heard like Bring Me to Life playing, the band practicing. And I was like, oh my God, wait, I need to go down there. Like they need me. And the staff was like, no, like if they need you, they'd come get you. I'm like, what do you mean? Like they're playing it. You know, whenever you, as an artist, you hear somebody playing the song you're supposed to sing, you're just like, oh shit, like what's going on? And they told me, they said, yeah, if they didn't come get you, they wouldn't be doing their job. And then I was finally able to just kind of like relax and, let everybody handle it for me because, having to manage yourself for so long, you get anxious, you have to be on top of it. So it was just like really, it was an incredible experience. Everybody was so kind. It was really nice. Like getting to talk to the people and the staff that, I didn't get to talk to that produced the rehearsal and stuff, which was really kind. I was so excited to meet Guillermo. I was freaking hyped on that. He was the best. And then actually performing it in front of like an audience, a live audience, was just so exciting. It was so much fun.
It was so amazing to watch. You did fantastic. Your dress was stunning.
Thank you.
I gasped. It was so nice. I did follow your online saga. Your thrifting dresses were also fantastic. I know people were really excited to see you wear those. So tell us about, one, if you have any thrifting tips.
Yeah.
And then 2, how you decided on your dress.
So, okay, I'll first tell you the dress, how I decided on it. So I got my dresses that I thrifted. And I was like in love with them. I'm like, yes, I'm so excited. I'm gonna wear like whichever one they pick. And I ironically was the green dress, which was my favorite that I was gonna wear. And then my family came home and they saw it and they were just like, are you sure like you're gonna wear something that you thrifted? And I'm like, yeah, like I can't go buy a new dress, like, and it's also prom season. It's just not gonna happen. So I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna wear one of these like thrifted dresses. And so then like that night, my mom and dad pulled me into their bedroom. They were like, look, we're gonna take you to the mall tomorrow and we're gonna get you a new dress because this is important. This is your big, like your first time on live national television. You need to wear something that's like speaks to you, not that you just like found. Which I don't think there's any problem with thrifting. I thrift everything I wear, but I'm like, okay, yeah, you know what, you're right. Like, let's get something special because this is special. So then the next day we went to the mall and we found a dress, and then I had to get it tailored in one day.
Oh my gosh.
And that's how I wore that dress. Was because of my parents were like, we're gonna get you a dress for you. So they really helped out with that.
Yeah, your thrifted dresses were beautiful, but the one you ended up picking, like, really was great on TV as well. Like, the color really popped. It fit you perfectly. So thank you to your parents. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was stunning. And I remember when we walked into, like, because it was a brand new store. We walked in and the lady was like, what are you looking for? And I was like, I can't tell you, but think red carpet. She's like, I got you. And that was the last dress they had there of that one. It was the very last one. And like, she's like, I don't know if it's going to fit. And I'm like, okay, let's try it. Because I'm also a gym girl. So my lats are huge. And most dresses I have to size up and then tailor everywhere else. Because it's just like, they don't fit. She zipped it up, perfect fit, perfect on my lats, perfect on my waist. I just needed to get it cut short. And we were like, okay, this is the dress. This is the one. So that was, it was just perfect. It was, I honestly feel like the universe made that happen. For thrifting tips, anything that catches your eye, throw it in the cart. I always go in with like a Pinterest board of stuff that I kind of like and I want. But when I go thrifting, something catches my eye, okay, put it in. And then at the very end, when I'm ready to like finally buy stuff, then I go on, put it on. If I like it or not, does it look good on me? Then I weed everything out, and I'll usually leave with like 5 pieces. I'm not like buying a bunch of stuff. So that was like honestly the game changer for me, was anything that catches my eye, just throwing it in. And then at the very end, picking what I want and what I don't want.
I need to do this. I'm like the worst thrifter because I just give up too easily. I feel like I need to start powering through, and maybe I just need to grab more.
Because that was like my biggest thing. I'd be like, I need to look for this specific thing, and then I would never find it. Or I'd just be like, do I really need it? But then when I finally was like, okay, I'm just gonna grab everything that catches my eye and then decide at the end. Game changer. Changed it for me.
Amazing. So you had mentioned that by going on the show. At the very least, you would get some cool mom lore out of it.
Yep.
Does your mom have any cool lore?
My mom has a tragic anime backstory. I will tell you that.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Her story is crazy. So she was born in Colombia. And during, like, she lived during, like, Pablo Escobar blowing up stuff and, like, attacking Bogota, because she lived in Bogota. Found out later, also years later, I'm related to Pablo Escobar. Funny
Whoa.
side note. But yeah, so she grew up during all of that. Had friends like get hit with like debris, crazy things. Anyways, following that, like when she was a teenager, her dad got kidnapped by the guerrilla, and they forced him to design like highways to do traffic drugs in the jungle. And when he got kidnapped, she ended up becoming the sole provider for the house. So she ended up going to work, having to make money, because they said, well, if your family doesn't pay for this, then we're going to kill you. So not only are we forcing you to make these highways, we're making you pay for it. So my mom ended up having to like work and do that. And then the thing is, because it was so high profile that her dad was like kidnapped and stuff, whenever she was like delivering money to like drop off zones, people would chase her trying to kill her to get she had been like involved in like caught in the middle of shootings. Like she was outside of a hospital and people started shooting, and she went and helped like a pregnant lady down, laid on her, just like absolutely crazy that she went through. And then finally, I think they released her dad after like 4 years. And prior to him getting like taken, she was like in college. She had just started. She had to stop. And her dad said, okay, well, I'm going to give you two options. One is you get to do an internship in the US, but you don't finish college. But if you go do your internship in the US, I'll pay for your sister to go to college all 4 years. Or you can finish your college and your sister has to pay for her own college. And my mom was like, well, I'll just go to the US. And that's what brought her here. But yeah, like, her story's pretty freaking insane. Like, that's just like a summarized version of it. But she does have insane mom lore. And she tells it like it's no biggie. She's like, oh yeah, like my dad got kidnapped and people were hunting me down, trying to kill me. And then she's like, and then I came to the US and I got married and I had you.
Okay. So casual.
Insane. And I tell her all the time, I'm like, you have a tragic anime backstory. And she's like, well, what's that? And I'm like, well, just know that you have it.
And now her daughter won Wings of Voice. What a journey.
Yes. So
Oh my gosh.
that my mom has crazier mom lore than me.
Honestly, for generations, everyone's going to talk about you being on Wings of Voice. It's going to be incredible, mom.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for my little piece in history.
Yeah, and it's cemented on HBO. So, I mean, the internet is forever. So, like, you will be remembered for a long time.
Yeah, I'm excited to share a home on HBO with, well, not anymore, with South Park. I love South Park, but it's going to Paramount.
We have to be anti-Paramount Plus now, even though I think here it's the only place you can get Nathan For You now.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, but all the episodes are kind of in a weird order for the first few. I did I made a quiz for Kelly on one of our other episodes about it when I was going back and looking at them. I was doing season 2 episode 3s, and I was like, what? All of them were a little bit in the wrong order, which was a little bit strange. Something's going on over there.
Something nefarious,
yeah, and then I got the list that they're taking out a bunch of South Park episodes. And they're censoring South Park episodes, and I was like, and then the episode 2 of the Rehearsal came out, and I was like, oh, this makes sense. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, so I assume you watched the whole season. Did you watch season 1?
I did. I binged it. I watched it in like, actually an entire night. Yeah.
Wow. That's intense to watch in one night.
Yeah, it was crazy. Well, I was working Graves, and before the first episode came out, I was like, okay, I have to watch this, and I just watched it during my shift, and it was crazy.
Yeah, I can't imagine like knowing what you had filmed and then you watch the first season and you're like, okay, what is what I did have to do with any of
Yeah,
what else happened?
yeah, it was very crazy, and I was like, what? Like, what is it that they're gonna use what I did for? Where is my spot come in? And then when also like the trailer had already come out, so I was like, okay, it's something airline related, but like, what does Wings of Voice have anything to do with pilots and communication in the cockpit? And then of course episode 2, and I'm like, makes sense. I honestly thought it was pretty genius what he did.
So, since you've seen season 1 and 2, if there was no Wings of Voice and you could be slotted into any of the other characters' slots, is there an episode or a person whose role you would have liked to have taken?
Like in season 1 or 2,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
the Einstein lady.
100%.
Donna.
Donna's incredible. I'm obsessed with her. It's crazy. I cannot believe she wasn't immediately the star of an episode. It is shocking to me.
She has
such a
crazy
diva.
lore.
Wait, have
She
you guys
does
talked
have
to her?
crazy lore. I've talked to her a lot in the DMs.
Uh-huh.
And her account is
to
something
know.
about having a stroke. I'll find it for you right now.
Yeah, she had a stroke on an airplane.
Wow.
So it's really crazy because we haven't like talked to her on the podcast or anything, but it's like, yeah, did they just find this woman who happened to have a stroke on an airplane to cast on this show about
That's
airline pilots?
insane.
Yeah, her
But-
name is Awoke by a Stroke. And so I kept expecting there to be an episode about
Mhm.
her and overcoming her fears and going on a plane again, because she had said that flying with Nathan was the next time she had been on a flight, I believe.
Wow.
So I'm shocked that wasn't a whole story on its own, let alone if we're going to set anyone up with a new bow. Like, come on. Why aren't we
so
like, I guess she and
crazy.
Colin didn't work out. I don't know if anyone was expecting them to. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you watched much of Nathan For You, but he hosts a dating show called The Hunk for Himself.
Uh-huh.
And how there wasn't immediately like an Einstein themed dating show for Donna, I will never understand.
No, she was awesome. I love her. Yeah. That's so insane. I had no idea. I just followed her. I'm like, I need to see this because that.
You should DM her. She's so wonderful, so friendly. She'll be very excited.
Oh, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that after this.
Kind of going back to the pilots of it all, do you have a hype up song where you might listen to if you were in a scary situation?
Mm-hmm. A scary situation, I don't know, but I do have a hype up song. I believe in manifestation, so I listen to Everybody Wants You by Billy Squier. I don't think that, but I listen to that a lot when I need when I need to get hyped up. For talking about like a dire situation that I'm like really stressed out, I wouldn't say like I would listen to music, but maybe
Something calming maybe.
yeah, I really like A Little Taste of Heaven by Leech, which is very calming. And I find it grounding for some reason, just because it plays so much with panning and stuff, and I love that. Maybe like A Little Taste of Heaven by Leech, but yeah, I wouldn't know. I feel like if I was in a dire situation, I would just be like, stop everything, I need to lock in right now.
I like the idea of manifesting with like, yeah, a song that's gonna hype you up. Maybe I need to start doing that. I'm gonna start listening to like You're So Vain or something to hype
Yeah.
myself up. Like,
pretty
I have
sure-
songs about me.
Uh-huh. I wouldn't say, yeah, like, because the song, he's just like, it's just like something, everybody wants you. No, nobody does, but you know, like that
Whoa,
helps
whoa.
you when I really need to be just like, I'm ready to go, I'm ready.
Yeah, I think Snoop Dogg also put out a bunch of like kids hype up affirmation songs. So if anyone
Good.
needs a little ego boost, we can listen to some Snoop Dogg as well. In terms of everybody wanting you, has anybody ever used eyes, lips, eyes on you?
No, but I have on my.
Oh.
I have a few
You're like,
times.
I know that move.
Oh.
Yeah,
You're like, that's my signature.
when he was like, I don't know what that is. When Nathan was like, I don't know, I don't know that. And all the guys were like, huh? Like, what is that? Bruh, every girl knows. Every girl knows.
It's
I
true.
feel like in our minds, we think it's this big, obvious, like, hello, I clearly want you to kiss me right now. But similarly to Colin, where he and Nathan are saying, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I feel like to us, we're like, this is apparent. Pick it up.
Yeah, they don't. I hope that like the show was a wake up call for men everywhere. Because it is a real thing. I've done it. Ironically, with my boyfriend, I never did it. I played hard to get with him, so that was that was fun.
Yeah, men, listen up. We have like 75% of our audience is guys.
Yeah.
Really?
Isn't that shocking? In my
That's
mind, I always say to Kelly, I'm like, in my mind, like, our show is for the girlies. But no, our audience is 70% men. So hello, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Please don't leave.
We love it.
We love it. But if we're staring at your lips and then back at your eyes, either something is on your lips or we really want you to kiss us.
Yeah. It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
Get
kiss
with the
girl.
program. Get
Just-
with the program.
Because I feel like guys, when they want to kiss, you know, it's like the dead fish eyes. They're like, girls, it's they will look eyes and lips. They don't just go for it.
They're just smooth. Like, women are smooth. No offense, men. But speaking of kissing, we've been debating this all season. Would you like it if your pilots, when you were in a flight, had kissed or not? If your pilot and your co-pilot had kissed, would that make you feel more comfortable or less comfortable as a passenger?
I wouldn't give a fuck. Honestly, if there's no tensions and y'all can put that aside and fly, I'm all game.
Kelly and I are dying for the pilot and co-pilot to have kissed. We're like, they'll have had to speak. They'll have had better communication.
They follow
yeah, I think we just want to romanticize it.
Oh, I'm all game for that. Like,
I
love me a love story.
It just feels like they should kiss. I don't know. I've been saying this since we've been talking about this season. Like,
that's so
you need
funny.
to kiss. I don't know. You just do.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
So how do you feel about the Fielder method, and would you incorporate this into your own acting prep? Did you like the pack?
So the pack was interesting. I didn't really feel like me as an actor I would so much do that, because I feel like that would work out a lot better with people with confidence issues, like people that are scared. The Fielder method, though, I actually would love to take a course in it. I don't know how
you could get in. You could get in.
Yeah, I have no idea. I wanted to look into that because I have no idea how people get into those training and the courses, but I was like, this is genius. It also felt like it's just like method acting, but to another extreme.
Oh yeah.
But I'm also a very nosy person, so I'm like, I'd love to do this. So yeah, I've actually really wanted to get into doing the Fielder method. I thought that was something that I really like to do. As far as anything else, I really liked it. I just really don't agree with some of the things that were said during, I believe, episode 4 it was. Yeah, I think it was episode 4. Like, one of the actors was just like, oh, like, when you're making out, it's real in the moment. Like, love is real in the moment. And I'm just like, girl. That just really rubbed me the wrong way. And I totally agree with what Nathan said on the show. He's like, well, with Emma Stone, he was like, I didn't feel any love for her. As an actor, you know, we're trained to recreate these emotions, but now, like, kind of it's seen as like an older way of teaching of like, believe it and think about stuff so that you're actually in the moment. But sometimes that creates unhealthy things because, you know, people with like mental illness, like if they're really thinking about a dark time in their life to get into a dark character, that could have people spiral. So now they teach us to like make up situations that feel real but aren't real. And especially when you're doing onstage intimacy, you like with intimacy coordinators, and also I have sympathy for the intimacy coordinator on set, but I feel like the circumstance she was giving was a little difficult because you coordinate everything. You choreograph everything intimacy on stage and on television, it's choreographed. Like when you're practicing it, it's always first hands and then you count it, so it's like literally like a dance. You don't feel any love and it should feel scripted. So the fact that she was like, yeah, it's real. It's real in the moment. I'm like, no, you have a crush. I mean, I'm not saying, but that I honestly just don't agree with that. I agree with more what Nathan said. Like, you can act it out, but you don't feel the emotions. Like, it should feel real to the audience, but it shouldn't feel real necessarily to you, especially intimacy. And that whole thing, because I mean, so much of my training has been with intimacy coordinators and stuff. That's just a really big thing that people are doing now, since the industry lacked it for so long. So I just kind of wish that in that scene with the people playing Colin and Emma, or yeah, specifically the Colin and Emma stuff, I just really wish that anytime they did have intimacy, it was choreographed and scripted, because that's when things get very wishy-washy and people, they say that like there isn't these power, like the power play, but it really is. If you're on camera, you're being filmed for something is going to be HBO, you will do what you think you need to do and what they want. You don't think about it, you just will do it. And I mean, it could also be said for, the actors being willing to be on the flight.
Yeah.
You're willing
totally.
to do it because you know that it's going to be on television.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like the only part of like the acting I didn't really agree with. I didn't find that relevant to the Fielder method. But then again, it's just all technical. It was a very difficult situation. And also, I feel more passionate about it because I've been studying intimacy, coordination and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we had discussed in our episode about that moment, about how it really didn't seem like the actors were acting like how Colin and Emma would in that moment. And I guess we don't really know what they were actually instructed off camera, or if they really went off on their own. It was definitely a big debate for us on like, how would you react with your significant other?
Exactly.
I think it would be a very difficult situation.
It really is. And especially when they brought in the partners, that also was like, for me, like, ugh. And having a partner, sorry to everybody that is finding this out that I have a partner. When
everyone is like, crushed.
I'm sorry. No, I've had so many guys in my DMs and I'm just like,
ooh. This is what we really want to know.
Yeah, having a partner and stuff, you want to make sure they're comfortable with it too, and it didn't feel like they really were, in my opinion. But
how would you feel about your significant other getting friendship flowers at work?
Hell no! Hell no! Hell no! I would be pissed. I'd be pissed. Well, the thing is, not even for my man, like. Because, when that happens, you're ignorant. And actually, my boyfriend and I, considering, like, this circumstance and stuff, a lot of things that I was doing and saying online, I didn't realize that he was seeing as flirtatious. And to me, I was like, it's just me being friendly. And he was like, no, like, this is flirtatious. People are going to take this wrong. So the friendship flowers thing, she's like, no, it's just like a friend gift. I was like, No. If somebody gave my boyfriend flowers or something, I would throw hands. Whoever that girl is, I'm showing up.
You get kicked out of Starbucks.
Yeah. No, I'm not even kidding. Okay, I wouldn't throw hands, but like I would be very upset. And actually, like, I'm protective, so no, friendship gifts are a no. And I just think communication is such a big theme, of course. Communicate with your partner, because if you don't say anything, then things are just going to go downhill. Like the friendship gifts.
You gotta be first officer blunt sometimes. That's it. That's the moral of the story.
Genuinely. Yes.
We have one question that we ask every guest that comes on our podcast,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very silly. And
Okay.
the origin story is too long to explain. But
No
we
worries.
have been talking about your partner, so we have to ask you if it's cheating if it's with a ghost. So your partner, finds has a sexy paranormal experience. How are you feeling? Are we throwing hands still?
Isn't that just a wet dream?
Only if it's with Einstein, I think. Einstein's ghost.
I mean, like, if we're saying that, I believe in the supernatural, but some people don't. If it was 100% supernatural and you made that decision, bruh, yeah, I'm throwing hands with the ghost. You'll catch me with the Ouija board. I'm just like,
the fuck off.
Leave him alone. I would throw hands with the ghost. But if it was like a dream or something, and I don't know, okay, people have wet dreams, but I'm not gonna be mad. Like, you slept with Einstein in your dream, okay?
Einstein of it all, actually, I think is really interesting. Maybe, Meg, we should add that in for next time. Specifically, is it cheating if it's with an Einstein ghost? Is a good one.
Well,
Einstein.
We did do a lot of research into Einstein after the Einstein of it all, and that man was not loyal. He was out there writing letters to all sorts of women, saying all sorts of stuff. His marriage ended the day his other relationship allegedly started. There was a lot of messiness from Einstein, and quite frankly, not enough people are speaking about it.
Donna had a chance.
She did. Yeah, noted enemy of our podcast, Albert Einstein.
Don't you like a loyal man? Yeah, so we've been talking about throwing hands a lot. How long can you hold a plank for?
More than a minute.
Yeah, I saw you warmed up while in a plank, and I thought that was incredible. I was like, not only can I not sing, but also my plank is probably a poor showing, but I will be trying it.
So that's crazy. So the thing is, one of my biggest issues when I sing is I never engage my core. So my teacher started trying to come up with a way of me forcing me to engage my core, and we found out the best way was singing in a plank. And specifically that G5 in a belt, it's one of the hardest notes you can sing. And my biggest issue wasn't that I couldn't hit it, it's I wasn't engaging my core correctly. So I'd always have to practice that in a plank. So I would do that for, it's 30-second cut of just singing in a plank, but actually holding a plank, I can probably do 2 minutes, I think. I haven't tried it, but just because I do lift and I work out, I think I'm probably around 2 minutes.
You should post about it. You could do a plank singing challenge.
Sing a whole song in a plank. That's tough. That'd be really tough.
Pick something short.
Yeah,
I know. I've been thinking about making gym content lately, but
you should.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, we're gonna have you streaming games on Twitch again. Yeah. Club Penguin is coming back.
Yes.
We're your managers now.
Yeah, we want all the content, please. We know what Bagel Bites sent you a PR package. Yes. You're going to be the Bagel Bite spokesperson.
Yep. And I'll make gym content. It's so funny. One of the last photo shoots I did, I'm going to find this picture. They had me flex. They were like, wow, you look huge under this lighting. Okay, I'll flex. You're like,
do not send my man flowers.
Wow. Oh my God.
I look huge in the lighting. And I'm like, okay, I'm not posting that. This is just I just looked jacked.
Oh my God. I wish I looked that jacked. That's
oh my God, same.
Just
please send so we can Photoshop our faces over it and take credit.
Send you I have, I think, another one of it.
I do feel like we do have to discuss the Nacho Libre situation as well if we are going to post photos of it, because we have given no context. So before... In our very brief conversation before the podcast, we discovered that all three of us, upon seeing Nacho Libre, decided that we must dress up as Nacho Libre and all have photos of ourselves in Nacho Libre costumes. So it unites us all.
And Jack Black saw
Yep.
the season finale. Oh my, when I tell you, I was tripping out. I'm like, holy shit, Jack Black saw me sing.
He knows who you are. He definitely knows who you are.
He definitely knows. You should for sure reach out. Jack Black's incredible. You should send him your Nacho Libre costume photo.
I think he's so incredible. I love his music too. I loved what was the name of his band?
Tenacious D.
Tenacious D.
Yeah.
I actually love Tenacious D. I honestly, Dreamcast on my podcast?
Yes. Jack Black's incredible.
No, we love Jack Black here.
So you had alluded to having a funniest story on set. Are you able to share that?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
That's one of the few stories I've been approved to tell. So I love Pirates Booty. Obsessed with it. I love Pirates Booty so much. And actually, I think it's episode 4. They have like pictures of like a snack bar with like Pirates Booty. So we also had a snack bar filled with Pirates Booty. And the only thing I would eat on set was Pirates Booty. So I'd constantly be eating it. That was like my snack because they're like tiny bags, you know? And I could go through like one of those big bags in like one sitting, which is a bad habit, but I just love it so much. And so every time I ate, it was Pirates Booty with it. And it got to the point like my friends that I was with on set would like go and bring me Pirates Booty. I'd take a nap and I'd come back and there's like 2 bags of Pirates Booty. I'm like, oh hell yeah. And I ate all the Pirates Booty they had on set. So my friend Alan, I invited people that were on the show with me to come over to see the season finale. And he made me like a bouquet, this bouquet of Pirates Booty with fudge Pirates Booty. So it was fudge with Pirates Booty in it.
Oh my god.
And that's the first time I've not ate Pirates Booty because I didn't want to touch it. And I still have like 3 bags in the bouquet, but I feel so bad eating it because he like put in so much work. But yeah, I ate all the Pirates Booty on set. They ran out because of me.
That's incredible.
And
That's
then I was
some friendship
jealous.
Flowers.
No, yeah,
Yes.
I was so upset because I was watching episode 4 and then I saw they had a different snack room and I saw the row of Pirates Booty and I was like, they
They restocked.
They
They're
restocked.
like, oh shit, we gotta go back to Costco and get more Pirates Booty.
Yeah, because I don't even want to count or do the math of how many bags of Pirates Booty I ate. Just know it was a lot. And they ran out.
So at that finale party, did everyone there know you were going to be winning, or was that a surprise?
Like that came over to my house. Only one person ended up coming over because everybody got sick and stuff. So, yeah, they knew. They knew because I was on set really late.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
They were picking up the hints.
Yeah, they knew, and then they asked me because like they did the elimination and I stayed and they did it, and so they were like, "Oh, did you win?" And I was like, "Yeah." So they knew.
No big deal.
Yeah, they knew. It honestly didn't feel real. I mean, for the longest time they're like, "Yeah, and you won! Like, congratulations! Like, that's so exciting." I just like didn't believe it, and I was also extremely deprived. So it's so funny, actually. The clip. My eyes are like red, and I'm like, bro, people are gonna think I'm stoned. And I was just really tired.
No, it was so funny when the host, like Brandon was like, "Oh, and like, how do you feel about winning?" And you were like, "It was a lot of travel." Like, it was really funny,
And nobody understood. Like,
Yeah.
no one knew.
So good.
Like, no one knew what I was doing. Not even like the staff knew, because people were just like, "Why didn't they pay for like a flight or stuff?" They had no idea. They didn't know until I was on set and I told them. I was like, I don't remember how it came up, but they were just like, "Oh yeah, like now you gotta go home and rest, like congrats." And I was like, I'm actually leaving here, picking up my bag, and I'm driving back to Utah. I was up for like 48 hours.
Oh my gosh.
That night I had to drive back. So they had no idea. Every time, and I drove about 6 times. That's 10
my
hours back and
God.
forth.
Wow.
And usually it was like a day or two notice. So I had no option. I had to drive. So I was really tired.
How did
That's
they
dedication.
decide the winner? Because we saw the panel of 4 pilots and they announced it. Was it those 4 pilots who voted and decided?
I don't know how they voted and decided, but the voting was all done by the pilots. That I do know. Like, it was done by them. No, like,
Do you still?
no, like, other person came in and chose. It was them. But sorry to cut you off.
No. Do you still chat with any of the pilots?
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's awesome.
Now, hopefully, you
Yeah.
can snag some free flight tickets so you don't
No.
have to do so much driving.
You're
You're like, get me on standby.
I told my family, it was like, I'm not driving down to California anymore. I can't do it. Like, doing that drive 6 times within like 2 months, it's too much. And then I drove down for my summer. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I don't want to do it anymore. But yeah, maybe I should reach out. Actually, ironically, Colin and Mara D, I still talk to.
Oh,
Yeah.
we do
they're
love them.
Absolute sweethearts, so they're great.
Yeah, I feel like it seems like the camaraderie of a lot of people who are on the show is very high. Like, you guys seem to have had a really fun time and forged some good relationships.
Yeah, and I felt so bad because, like, being tired on the set, I didn't really, like, socialize. I couldn't. I was super busy, and so were they. So, like, finally, when they were reaching out, I was like, thank you. And I had no idea they were real pilots. Like, I genuinely didn't know. And so I was looking up, like, music industry people. No, they were real pilots.
How would you have known? You would never be like, how would you have figured that these were real pilots?
And the thing is, one thing that I do have, I'm a super recognizer, so I remember faces easy. And so every person that I would like run into or work with, I was able to look them up and find them. And they were the only people I couldn't find. And so then it made sense. I was like, oh, they weren't in the music industry. They were actual airline pilots.
Do you think that you would ever do any collabs with like some of the other singers or musicians on the show? Maybe. Maybe something's coming.
Just keep an eye out.
Make sure you follow Isabella to see what's coming up.
To answer that, yes. And I've been putting together stuff behind the scenes because I think it's so much fun. So
yeah, that's so cool.
So, Isabella, is there anything you wanted to promote or talk about or anything you want to share?
Stay tuned to my Instagram. I don't have anything planned. But when I do, look there, Bring Me to Life will be out soon.
Ooh.
That's all I gotta say. It's finally happening.
Oh my gosh. Tell the people your handle in case they're not following you.
It's Isa.GringaLatina on everything.
Perfect. Yeah, follow her. What are you doing?
Yep.
If you're not following her, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you're a dummy.
Yeah, so that's
we'll
where
link
you are.
everything.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it has been so much fun talking to you. Thank you so much for answering our weird questions about ghosts and just yapping with us because yeah, it has been so much fun. We were so excited in the finale when we actually saw a winner for Wings of Voice. We had been talking about it all season.
Yep.
And I was like, there's gonna be a winner. Like, there has to be. And when it was you and you did that performance, it was just unreal. So thank you so much for coming on and chatting with us.
Well, thank you guys for having me on. Honestly, it's crazy that people want to know more about me. So, yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, of course. Anytime. You're welcome anytime if you want to come chat about random other Nathan Fielder projects. Just hit us up.
I got you.
Follow us on our social media accounts at NathanForUsPod on Instagram, at NathanForUsPodcast on TikTok. And I'll put the rest of them in the show notes as well if anyone wants to send us an email or anything like that.
This has been Kelly and Megan and Isabella on your side.